good, brother. It's finally a light-skinned legendary moment, man. I feel like it's time.
What's up with it, bro?
Talk to me about this album, man. I think this is your finest work, man. You know, artists always say that, but I feel like, you know, this album, like, I'm really connected to it in a major way.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it is? What do you think it is about this album that makes it your best album?
You know, to be honest, I think I be growing more like as a man, bro. The more I grow, like my mind elevate, my music always elevate with it. But a lot of it had to do with like my mental space. You know what I'm saying? I think when I go through a lot, like that, what people don't understand is I say this a lot. As artists, man, we got a lot of like pressure on us, and it's a lot that, you know, we go through on a day-to-day basis that reflect on our music. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really go to like the internet or no stuff like that. I just let it come out in my music, and you know what I'm saying? That's why my music like so vulnerable and stuff like that. You know, because it's like a form of a therapy for me in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why my music like elevate. The more I learn to like be vulnerable in my music and just as I grow as a man and a person, I just let it all out in my raps, bro.
And also, I guess it has to do with reflection, right? Because, you know, I think part of the song, you said the significance of the title is that, you know, in Chicago, making it to 25 is a milestone, you know, sadly. So now you look at things with more, the street shit and everything with more reflection, right? Like, looking from a different perspective.
No, definitely, man. Like, just getting older and maturing, I think I don't really have nothing but my music to, like, you know, just try to show where I'm at, you know, because I'm not in the streets no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I live in LA, so I talk about it from a perspective of actually living that life and living a different lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And I think my music reflect that. Like, since I dropped PTSD last year, I felt like I went through a lot of, like, some of my toughest times in life, you know what I'm saying? And then with 2-5, this album that I just dropped, growing as an artist, but still going through so much, you know, and my music take you on an emotional roller coaster if you listening from that kind of perspective, because it reflect what I was going through, you know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of emotions dropping this project, and when I'm going through stuff, I just go to the studio. Like, I take a break away from a lot. You know, I sacrifice time from my family and everything from home, and I'm sitting in the studio, and that's how I get them emotions out of me, man. And I'm just glad that good things come from it when my music drop, you know?
So it's funny because when you did the press run with the last record, PTSD, a lot was made, and it's beautiful that, you know, talked about you actually going to a real therapist and seeking therapy. I recently did that myself, and like it was a major change for me, you know, because a lot of times us men of color, we don't view it as like, you know, we gonna make that step, right? That we can handle all our problems and stuff. But you know, but I feel like I think sometimes it got overshadowed that. To me, it's like the biggest therapeutic thing is also just your music itself, you know, and how it affects people, and how much, you know, I feel so much, you know, I don't know what it's like growing up in Chicago, but, you know, you being so true with your verses and with your life and sharing it, you know, you feel that it's almost a therapeutic experience to feel you kind of sort through your pain and loss of life and going through those sort of emotions. Like, you tap into it on an extra level, I feel like, on this album.
No, yeah, man. It got a lot to do with like going to therapy too, because like doing that and going to therapy is like, and like you said, I feel like I could go through a lot of tough stuff like by myself, because I have before, but just therapy alone, they give me tools to like just to deal with things differently. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna go through whatever you're going through, but it give you like certain angles and ways to attack it or you get over it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. So it's like I could function a lot better with dealing with stuff, but still my number one form of therapy is always going to the studio. Like always, above all.
I saw make it a little light. I saw LeBron rocking out to that No Jail Time, man.
That's for sure. That's definitely that's one of the ones, and you know that's crazy. Like I love hip hop, so it's always good to see like older hip hop legends or people just, you know, older generation of athletes and people I looked up to that's older than me. It make me like feel good about my music because I knew they grew up listening to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? when they appreciate it, it feel like it's like that extra pat on the back for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. The new generation gets some criticism at times that it seems like y'all don't, care as much about the lyricism or the art and chasing hits. But I think people look at you as like, any definition of a traditional MC, that's G Herbo. And the work you put into that craft. Like, talk about why that's always been appealing to you to really kind of focus in on your lyricism, on your bars.
That's the music I love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been an artist that chase hit records, or I felt like I needed to go super mainstream. I feel like everything that's for me gonna happen naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I built my own core fan base, and at the end of the day, I changed my life already off music and my family's lives already. So I don't really want to do nothing that's true to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna always be able to blend with my peers and stuff like that and get those records that go mainstream. But I grew up off hip hop. I love lyrics. I love rap music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I want to be known for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be known as somebody that could actually spit, bro. Like, I know how to rap. I want to go down as one of those, Everything else cool, but I feel like the people who appreciate it, they going to appreciate it. And those are the people I'm talking to.
Yeah, and even with the sample choices you use, like when you did that PTSD intro with the break that's most known as Jay-Z's Dynasty intro, and then now with you dropped the statements last year in December, with the break we mostly know for Dipset, like it just shows you're a student of the game, but you take that and you make it your own,
Yeah, no, I take it seriously. That's why I like touching like samples and stuff like that, because I feel like you can't really run up on that type of production unless you really know how to rap anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't like. And there's other people who actually know how to rap that just, I feel like they have to do this kind of music, trendy music and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like history repeats itself. So hip hop not gonna ever die for real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people who look up to those artists. It's people who look up to artists like me. You know what I'm saying? And they music gonna always reflect that. So I feel like that's what music is. Like, rap music, it came from hip hop anyway. So hip hop not gonna ever really die, if you ask me.
Well, you're helping making sure of that, man. Like, do you feel like it's almost like that determination to you may take the longer path, right? You may take the harder path, but you seem, as much attention as you get and as big as you grow career-wise, you still even more determined to stay on that course.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's why I think that's the beauty of my career and everything I did. I took the stairs for real. Like I always say that I didn't grow overnight. I've been doing this for so long. I've been rapping since I was 16, 17 years old, and I've been in many different buildings and in different situations in this industry. I didn't have no overnight stardom, and it didn't come from a record. You can't name like one record that blew me up or made me this big. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I'm always be successful, because I'm only chasing what's mine and what's here for me. You know what I'm saying? And nobody could take that from you, or nobody could say I'm not successful because I'm not bigger than this artist or the next artist. I grow bigger every year. I'm bigger than I was last year, the year before that, 4 years before that, 5 years before that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just growing like gradually, bro, and that's all I want to do for real. I ain't trying to go up too fast and drop down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep elevating.
But it made me think of also. I know you do pay respect often to like one of the first major breakthroughs for you, which was, you and Bibby had that kill shit, which was taking over the internet, and your flow on that was special. And a certain young lady, a GOAT female MC took notice of that, man.
Exactly.
Talk about that and how it changed. And like,
we're
excited now because now Chirac is on the DSPs. We can rock out to it now.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Definitely shout out to Nikki for that. That was like my first big break, you know what I'm saying? And that just go to tell you how long I've been just trying to, get on that path, stardom. But man, that record, that's one of those records that just gave me confidence as an artist, you know what I'm saying? As an MC, that I could actually do it and I could rap toe to toe with the best of them, you know what I'm saying? Nikki, a female MC, but she's still like the hardest ever, you know what I'm saying? And she harder than a lot of male MCs, you know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to get on the track with her and hold my own, it just gave me confidence to keep going, you know what I'm saying? And that was definitely one of those life-changing situations for me for sure, because it's like I got respected more, you know what I'm saying? I got respected as an artist, as an MC, like, oh no, he got a song with Nikki. I was 17 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was just
Touching that
different,
Summer Jam
especially.
stage too,
Yeah,
right? Touch the Summer
exactly.
Jam
I did Summer Jam with her, and
stage.
that was like a big win for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Chicago, the third largest market, so I like that
Woo.
helped me grow. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay, it seems like we got the triumvirate right now in Chicago holding things down, man. We got
yeah,
Polo G, got Lil Durk, we got G Herbo, man. Like, and what's great is that I feel, as far as I know, all your brothers get along well
yeah,
and great respect for each other. So, I want to kind of go there with it because I know Polo, you got done a lot of collaboration. He's on Cry No More. Like,
yeah.
talk a little bit about him and like he's giving you your credit, saying that you a legend in the city. Like, what do you think of him and his rise, and what makes him special as an artist?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I love everything Polo doing. Like, and I always say he like gonna always be in my top tier when it come to just artists. Period. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because he well rounded. You know, he versatile, and he came out like gunning quick. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the thing that you got to respect the most. He didn't let up. He never let up. You know what I'm saying? And he only getting better. You know, his potential, his ceiling is so high. You feel me? And then even with Dirk, that's my brother too. You know, and
Yeah.
when you think about artists like Dirk and like myself, we had to overcome a lot of adversity and a lot of shit to get where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit happened and people were count us out or feel like,
Yeah.
oh man, we was young, we came out. So a lot of times we got to reinvent ourselves. You know, we got to
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
a step back from music and from everything and just focus on what's the next thing that's gonna get me where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And that means you chosen for it. So to see like what Dirk doing and where he at right now, that just let you know this shit was meant for him. You feel what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
same as with Apollo, like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, I think if it's meant for you, you're just gonna keep elevating. You're not gonna worry about it. You're not gonna think about nothing that nobody else doing or what other people opinion are about what you're doing. You're just gonna keep doing you and you're gonna keep growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like we got in Chicago as artists. That's what Polo got. That's what I got as an artist.
Yeah.
That's what Dirk got. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody count us out.
Yeah. So it's really that segue too of just like kind of to some of the artists that came before, like a Kanye. It's like you're proving it ain't just about a movement at a certain level. Like this is the hot sound of the moment. You guys all aim to be career artists. You aim to be here long term.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's why you doing it. Like, I mean, other people got their own reasons for why they rapping and why they want to, have spotlight and stardom. But I want to be one of those ones that's like remembered forever and that's gonna be able to do it when I want to and at the same level, if not higher, than I always done it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be known for, and that's why I'm going hard right now
Yeah.
because that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build something legendary, bro.
I know you're going hard for your family too, man. Like
Yeah,
so much
absolutely.
of you is like, you share so much about your lady, your two sons. Like,
Yeah.
talk about how important that is and why, like, more than most artists, you seem like more willing to share that side of your life, and it's also still in a very like stand up, authentic way.
Yeah, man. As an artist and especially being young and coming from the streets and stuff like that, you gotta learn as you go, you know what I'm saying? And I think with me just taking my career and everything so serious, you take a lot of you make a lot of sacrifice and take a lot of time away from your family, away from your girl, away from your kids and stuff like that, trying get where you going, you know what I'm saying? And then you look up and you ain't create that balance or create enough time where you focused on the important stuff, So
Mm.
it's important for me to just try to like find some type of medium with that or in between, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, yeah,
always said since the beginning of time, like I'm going so hard now because I want to be in a situation where if I want to just take a break off for a year and just fall back and still do music and be in the studio and perfect my craft, but just
yeah,
be with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of me going hard, and I feel like the beauty of being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? And just as a man, you're supposed to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to understand that you're making a sacrifice for a greater reason. You know what I'm saying? And
mm-hmm.
the people in your corner are supposed to understand that's why you're doing it for. And I feel like I'm going to get to that point where I really could just focus on family, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah,
correct a lot of stuff that I probably wasn't doing right, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Now I look back on it too, and speaking of 25, look like wifey threw you a hell of a 25th birthday party, man.
Yeah.
You smile from ear to ear with that joint.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, she definitely goated when it come to like surprises and parties and shit like that. She do that shit with her eyes closed, man.
And little man, the oldest man, like I feel like I'm gonna be interviewing him in 10 years, man.
Nah, for
He's
real.
fearless out here.
He a star, Elliot, for real, man. He a star, bro. He like super charismatic. He got his own personality. Like even just I think it come from watching me too. You know, he be on like set with me. He do interviews with me. He want to sit on my lap while I'm doing interviews, and even with me putting him on that track, putting him on Cold Rail. When I go in the studio, he want his own microphone. He want his own headphones. He want to sit on my lap while I'm recording. You know what I'm saying? So your kids pick up on a lot of what you're doing. You know, like even if he don't choose music, I just feel like his potential or whatever he want to do, he gonna be able to do it like real good, man. I ain't gonna lie, you really probably do be able to interview him just about the stuff he's seen and you know shit
I like
that.
One I saw the video one where he rocking on the phone and you say he put the phone down and then he faced the wall. He think he in the booth and just start rapping.
Yeah, exactly. Like and it's so crazy. I didn't even expect him to do that. He was just listening to it. And that's because he's seen me recording so many times. He felt like he was in the studio. I'm like, that shit tripped me out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He created his own studio like in the kitchen of the crib. That shit was crazy.
So it seems like the joint you pushing right now is the one with T.O.P. with Savage, right?
Yeah, T.O.P. for sure.
Yeah, because I saw a look back. You pulled up on his the costume birthday party he has.
No, that's my brother, man. Whatever he on my phone.
Talk about that connection. How did you guys really link up and get cool?
You know, we came out on a freshman cover together, me and Savage.
Oh yeah, okay.
We first met like around.
You know, I started
that
Herbo. You know, I started that. You know what I'm saying?
Bet. He you know, I've been met, bro, like around that time, a little earlier. And then every time like, we'd have shows or be in the studio together, we'd just vibe out, bro. And then I just started coming to Atlanta, hanging with him, not having nothing to do with music, like just pulling up on him in Atlanta. And like we locked in forever now. Like that's my real homie. So it don't have nothing to do with music. Like that's just a phone call or whatever. We pull up music. That's a given. Like that's my real brother for real.
Yeah. No. So you shot a video for that yet? Did that come out yet?
For T.O.P.? No, actually we gonna probably. We gonna probably plan something. We got it on the schedule though. We already trying to plan. I'm probably gonna just go down to Atlanta and shoot that shit.
Yeah. Tell me about that verse.
Oh yeah, no, I was you know, my homie Dash, he was involved in the soundtrack. So I was just in the studio with him locked in, man, and when Hit Boy played the beat, I'm like, nah, this the one. I need to record this shit right now. So I laid right on the spot out here recording my verse, and then Dash like, man, what you think about getting Bump on it? I'm like, hell yeah, for sure. Like, you know, Bump, that's like
that's the hometown legend, right?
Gonna be a Chicago legend for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up listening to Bump, looking up to Bump. You know, he from the East Side, so already like I've been just a diehard Bump J fan. You know what I'm saying? He always gonna be top tier when it comes to rap, period, especially Chicago rap in my eyes, you know. So that was automatic when Dash like, yeah, let's put Bump on that shit. I'm like, all right, yeah, come on with it. And I ain't even soon as he laid his verse, they sent it to me, and then shit, I was just riding to that in traffic before the shit came out. To be honest, I was like, I wasn't even locked in on the soundtrack release date. I was already riding to that shit on my own.
Yeah, and then you said, "Stallion Man, do you understand?" And like even with the song on the album, Demands, like not necessarily saying it's a political bag, but you go there with it, right? You go with it, like addressing these issues out here as a black man, and like talk about when you get into that lane and like, you know, the record Demands and what the meaning behind that is on the album.
Yeah, you know, that song, the thing that like stand out the most to me personally about my music is just it's authentic. I get in the studio and I just say what I feel and what I mean. I didn't intentionally try to make no controversial record or nothing like that. You know, I just got there and I spoke my mind, and it's really about accountability for real, holding ourselves accountable for the things that we want to, you know, place our demands for and about. You know, I don't think we'll be able to come together as a whole, as a people, and make things better if we don't stand on top of, you know what I'm saying, what we can make better for ourselves first, and how to make things better, or how to demand for us to make things better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the man, nobody. If I am, I'm gonna point the finger at us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that record is important to me. You know, it's not me pointing a finger or just trying to stir up anything, you know, behind what's going on. It's about just taking accountability first, foremost, before anything. And especially as men, you know, us as men, we should take the most accountability, because it's our place to take care of our family, our communities, and the youth and stuff like that. You know, as a man, that's what you're supposed to want to do.
Yeah. No, real shit. It's powerful, man. So before we get out of here, man, so what we looking forward to most in the rest of the year? You know, like we can do a deluxe version. We
no,
doing
definitely. I'm already in the bag with the deluxe right now, man. So we coming right like immediately after, like soon. Right now, we not even finna play. We not holding out on the deluxe for longer than 60 to 90 days. You feel me? Really, we about to come right
any
back.
one of those you can tease, you can share that's coming?
Yeah, I got a bunch of joints on the deluxe that's crazy. I got a few features. I ain't really gonna name all the features right now, but I got some crazy records coming out.
Just one for the OG. We'll give OG one.
One of the features, man. I'm working on some shit. Me and CB, I'm gonna put Chris Brown on the deluxe.
Okay. Yes,
Bro.
sir.
And